Bitcoin trading challenge here, and I am going to be giving you guys some pretty lightning fast trading of one-to-one risk reward on Mexi, how to pull it off during very volatile uptrends and downtrends. So without further ado, let's dive right in. What do you do when there is a lot of volatility and price is moving primarily in one direction? I'll show you, and if you like what you see, perhaps you can join the Discord to trade like this. So let's dive in. So what do we have here? We have Peanut, which is Peanut the Squirrel. Obviously just a dumb meme coin, but we can make money from dumb meme coins if crypto's taught you anything. Currently, Bitcoin is in a downtrend, which is making my bias bearish. Not only that, but clearly this coin, well, I was about to short it, but clearly this coin is quite bearish as well, and that can be clearly evidenced from this right here. What you are looking at is the aggregated CVD, probably the best indicator in all of crypto, I would say. And here you go, you can see a lot of selling. So what do we do here? Well, with this kind of setup, all that I can say is if I was to do a one-to-one risk reward, if that's what this challenge made me do, I would say that I'd probably want to look to sell. I would probably want to look to short. But the question is, when do you buy? When do you sell? I would say the best way to do this would probably be to sell on a very weak up move. I think is probably the best way, which would be basically selling now. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this to 50-50, meaning I take profit. I either make 30 or I lose 30. A little bit more because of fees, but let's dive right into it. So this will be the first one, as you can see right here. So we're going to do the first trade here, and that is at 58. As you can see, you can use a market order. I prefer to use a limit order though. And as you can see, this has a very, very tight stop loss and take profit, maybe a bit too tight. But we're going to see how the first trade goes. So essentially, I make money if we go to 5771 for our first basically one-to-one risk reward trade, essentially. I think with this kind of trading, with having the same amount of risk that you do have in reward, and my take profit was just hit. It was that easy. So the first trade was profitable. We can quickly cover what happened. I shorted at 58 and I took profit at 5772, just as like a test. Now realize P&L is going to include the fees, and as you can see, there were actually no fees, so I made a pure $28 profit. Yep, right here. $28 profit. So let's actually make this a little bit better of a system. So the rules that I have for this scalping challenge are I am only going to be doing one-to-one risk reward, but I don't think that 50% ROE is great. So we're just going to do minus 100s and cut our size in half. That's a very easy way you can do this, and I think it's going to lead to just better trades. So that means, guys, that it's going to be a quantity of 5,000, which again is the same profit or loss as you will see. And there are currently no fees when I use market order or limit order, which makes this a pretty ideal pair for us to trade. Let's dive right back in and use this system. We are currently still in a downtrend, so with a one-to-one risk reward, we're probably going to be looking, guys, for shorting, but not always. We are in a strong downtrend though, so we probably want to stick to shorting, but obviously I don't think that means we always want to short, but we typically do. So with this current price movement, let's zoom into here. We're seeing a little bit of less selling. So if anything was to convince me to start to think about buying, I think that now would be the time. The sellers aren't looking as strong, so price might go up a little bit, and there it is. Price is going up. So this could be an opportunity for us to short potentially, depending on what I see from this. So that actually is a decent amount of buying. Do I want to sell into that buying? I think I probably do. But let's see. I think I probably do. If I lose on this trade, it's fine. I think I want to put out an order at like 585 for another scalp. So I think that order is going to go through right there. I don't think our order is probably going to fill though. Let me see here. So yeah, this is looking not too bullish, I would say. It was looking kind of bullish before, but not really as much now. So it doesn't allow me to. I was going to set my order to 58 just to short at 58 again. I'm going to do that right here with the same 100. You can also put this to P&L, if you would so desire. So yeah. So what do we see from this current trend? Yeah, I mean, if it can flip up a little bit, maybe I would want to short it. But it still does look like the sellers are probably in control. So I think we would probably be better off just selling it. But the question is what price? For me, I mean, I would say selling soon is probably not a bad idea. All right, I'm going to sell right here. So we'll see how this trade goes. You can see that we have just gotten our order filled. It's a very simple risk reward. Essentially, I would be break even if my stop loss hits. I don't care if my stop loss hits. This is not really any large amount of money, but I'm just showing that I think that there's a slightly better chance, guys. The price goes down to support than it goes to a new level here, but obviously both could happen. And because there's no fees, there's really nothing to worry about with that. So we would basically have a profit and loss of 0. This is one way that you can trade. With this type of trading, I find it kind of fun. You're doing basically a 1-to-1 risk reward, paying no fees. So that's why I wanted to do this video, to show you guys just a completely different kind of way of very short-term trading that you can still do profitably if you have a good system of reading volume or reading order flow. With this, of course, do not chase your losses and try to have a market edge. And try to, I mean, you don't have to do 1-to-1 risk reward. I love 1-to-1 risk reward though. I just like the system of it. It works out for me, you know, but you can do whatever kind of risk reward setup that you want. I just think that typically, guys, with a no fee system like Mexi, with no fees, I think if you're able to just trade the trend, you're going to make more, you're going to make money more often than not. Because I started this challenge a little bit later, but if I had done this entire downtrend, following the downtrend, we would have just made money. So that would have been quite nice. And we'll see if we make money on this one. It's not as easy as you might think, though. It's not as easy as just, oh, price is going down, I short, price is going up, I long. It's not that easy. It really isn't. Because these retracements can happen. And I wouldn't be shocked if my stop loss actually does hit here. So it's not really the simplest thing. You need to be able to read volume. That's really one of the most important things, to be honest with you guys. If you're not able to read volume accurately, then you're probably not going to make money. So what I'm reading from the volume here is that this buying was short-lived, and that we're probably going to go back down to support. And I think that's going to happen soon. So my TP is 57.42, which I don't think is outlandish for us to hit 57.42, as long as this candle doesn't go too bullish. But let's go take a look at the buying and the selling. So it looks like there's a little bit more buying, but not really too much. This green represents buying and this red represents selling. It's kind of a mixed bag, you know, prices kind of going up, going down. All that I'm hoping is that we just kind of just float around here and then just go down a little bit. I think that a better take profit obviously would have been a little bit higher, but, you know, that's 2020 hindsight. But yeah, this is a cool kind of way that you can trade, just 1-to-1 risk reward essentially. And as long as your mindset's okay and you're good at this, then you can just do this for as long as you want and hopefully make money. But again, I think you have to be pretty good at reading volume, because if you're not good at reading, you know, the mood of the market of volume, then it's going to be tough for you to make money. Just saying. So let me go through some scenarios. If I make money, lose money on this, what's going to end up happening? Looks like our take profit's about to hit. So if we go to 57.42, then my second trade would be profitable. We'll see if that happens, though. The benefit of this system, guys, of 1-to-1 risk reward with no fees is it's kind of hard to chase your losses, I would say, because as long as you stick to this system, I just have my second profit. Awesome. So as long as you stick to this system right here, you're probably going to be fine. Luckily for me, both trades were profitable and both trades yielded the exact same profit. This yielded me a profit of $28 after everything was said and done. This trade offered me a profit of $29.5, basically the same amount. The benefit of this system, if you ever want to scalp, this is a great intro way to do it. I would argue. You can use market or limit. I prefer limit orders though. But let's do one last trade, see if third time's a charm. I'm probably leaning toward buying. I mean, we just went below a major low. Maybe I buy it like in the 56s, but I'm definitely leaning toward buying, I will say, because it does look like some buying is coming in. So I think that that's really not a bad idea for just kind of doing the same system of 1-to-1 risk reward. Yeah, 100-100. You can see right there, I already have it set up for P&L, 100% ROE. It looks good. A few ways that I can handle this trend right now. Okay, volume just spiked, which can be signifying a potential bottom, a potential short-term bottom. Yeah. Also, this wasn't really too much selling, but it was a lot of volume, which means that there's a lot of indecision in the market. So a few ways that I could play this, one, I could just buy and then just walk away. Two, which I like better, I could actually be a little bit fancier. I could wait for this low to be broken at 57, and then after the low is broken, just buy. Just basically making the bet that we're going to go, be choppy and retrace higher. I don't think that's a bad idea, but are we really going to have enough sellers to break the low? That's kind of like the game that we're playing here. I hope so. Another thing to note is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can fall a little bit, that'd be great, because that makes it a little bit more likely that Peanut the Squirrel can really break the low and get me a good buy price for, like a short-term trade. So, yeah, wouldn't hate 57 to be broken. And yeah, this downtrend looks pretty strong. I've shorted twice, made money on both. I think I want a long. I don't know. I just I have a feeling that we're going to break a level, and then it's going to be a good place to long. So, yeah. But we'll have to see. So price is kind of just selling down. I think it's about to beat 57, and when it does, we'll enter. As you can see right there. Put this. Yep, perfect. Back to 5,000. I'm not going to enter at 57. I'm going to enter when it goes below 57, which it just did. Perfect. And oh wait. Oh, I put short TFSL because I was used to that. Oh no! Don't go down. Don't go up without me. 57, and hopefully I got filled. Did I really not get filled? Just because I ticked short TPSL, I didn't get filled. I clicked buy there. Oh my god! And you saw the thing that popped up. It said I wasn't filled because of I ticked like short TPSL or something. I guess I'll buy it on the next drop. Maybe it'll be like a blessing in disguise that I buy it a bit cheaper for a scalp. So yeah, I don't think it'll be a blessing in disguise. I think that it's probably going to go up. But who knows? You don't have to limit yourself to one asset, to one instrument with this kind of scalping challenge. You can do whatever you want. I kind of want to just limit myself to one asset, though. You don't have to, but I think you can kind of master one and take good trade after good trade. So, yeah, really sucks that I wasn't able to buy at 57 because my instincts were correct. Unfortunately, yeah, because my take, I would have already made money by this point because I would have bought that. Because I was just saying I had hit the buy button, but it didn't go through. And you just knew that this was going to happen. I mean, it was obvious, so unfortunate. So as for the buying, is this strong enough to really make me think that the downtrend's just dead? That's the question here. I don't know. I mean, I could talk myself into a third short, but is that pushing my luck? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Bitcoin going up a little bit, that bullishness could be a problem. Yeah, so this is a hard trade to take. I'd probably lean towards shorting, but I'm not really loving this situation by any means. Like, yeah, there's buying, but are the sellers going to be able to come back is really the question. I think they probably will be able to. But again, I'm not like super sold on this kind of trade, So, yeah. So we're at 57.4. Bitcoin's retracing. Bitcoin's probably going to go up. It's just disappointing when you click buy when you're going to initiate a trade and then the trade doesn't go through. But I do want to take one last trade to end this video. And price does go down, of course, without me. This could be actually a spot to long. There's a lot of reasons why this could be a spot to long, especially if there's not a lot of selling. Yeah, this looks good to long. I think that this is where I want to do it. So, I was going to buy there. Let me do that. 100, and I'll do 572. Perfect. And I think that looks good. Yeah, I feel like this should work. But if it doesn't, it's fine. Right? So I think it went through, and it just did. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if this goes well. If it doesn't go well, it'll basically be a sign that, always follow the trend or something like that, But as you can see, we are long. You can see it all here. We have a stop loss right below the low at 5662. Not a perfect stop loss by any means. I like our take profit though, because if price goes up to here, which isn't crazy, this price discovery would make me money. I do know that I was trying to long this right here, and that would have hit my take profit. but I'm not going to hold some previous trade against me. So this is the third and final trade of the scalping session. So this will wrap it up. Guys, I hope that this was helpful with basically showing you kind of how I approach volume, how I approach trading. I'm not going to get it right every time. Yeah, I'm 2 for 2. I might not be 3 for 3 though. Maybe, but who knows? Essentially, it all comes down to volume. If you're going to make money in this way, which it is possible to make money with a 1-to-1 risk reward, essentially what you're looking for is to get really, really, really good at volume reading, which is just this right here. Now, if you want to get good at this, I would highly recommend joining the Discord because we cover this every day and you would become, you would be on another level for reading volume. And if you can get just 1% better at trading, or this would be more than 1%, but if you can just get any kind of edge like that in trading, I think it's worth it, especially because the Discord that we have right now is very, very cheaply priced at like $25 a month or something. So if you're interested, you can click the link in the description, go check it out. Watch this trade take forever. Right as I'm trying to end the video, watch this trade take like 20 years. It just keeps going sideways, doesn't know what to do. Yeah. I don't really want to take profit early. Doesn't really feel right in the system. I'd much rather have my stop loss hit than have a early take profit. I just don't want to take profit early because that kind of like defeats the whole thing of a 1-to-1 risk reward. If you take profit early on a loss or a win, this is a 1-to-1. One or the other is going to happen. I'm locked in the cage with Peanut the squirrel, and either it hits my stop loss or my take profit, and whatever happens. One last thing that I would do when you guys do these kinds of trading, scalping sessions, ask yourself, how was your decision making? That's not 2020 hindsight. Like, did I make or lose money? Like, I know I'm guaranteed to make money here because it's 1-to-1 risk reward, no fees, and 2 of my trades were profitable. So it's mathematically kind of impossible for me to lose money today. But that being said, were my trades good? So let's go cover a few of them. I think that they were fine. I mean, I think my trades were decent. I started shorting around here, and that made us money. And then I shorted again. Where did I short again? Let me go read that. Sometimes you forget even where you shorted. So I shorted at 22.43. Now, 22.43, when I shorted, was right here, just about. So I shorted here, and I took profit here. I took profit on just like a tiny market move right there. I don't think that was a bad trade by any means. I think that was good. It made me a little bit of money. My second trade, guys, was 22.46 to 22.50. So I held that guy for a little bit more, 22.46 to 22.50. This is the best trade of the day. I would say this was definitely the best one. So this is where we shorted right here, where my cursor is, guys. I shorted right here, and then I took profit at 22.50, which is like that 1-to-1 risk reward. And my take profit was fine. I mean, obviously, in a perfect world, I would have looked to try to make more money, but with a 1-to-1, I basically shorted like the very, very, very local market top. Now, as for the third trade, I don't think that this trade's perfect by any means. I don't care if it hits my take profit or, my stop loss. Let's go over the decision making for me to long. The decision making that I made to long was because we had just been below a major low. We're stabilizing here, and Bitcoin at the time was acting a little bit more bullish. Now it is not acting bullish, which means that I'm probably dead. No, not like that, but it's going to hit my stop loss. And it did hit my stop loss there for the third trade. So I think that my best trade was probably my second trade, and my worst trade was probably that third trade. So, all right, so that is all 3 trades. I'm kind of tempted to do one more long, but I think that's probably going to do it. What was the loss here? The loss here, no, it was not a profit. Is it not going to tell me the trade? Oh, minus 24. How is it that it's so much smaller than my wins? How did I get that lucky? So it says here that I lost 20. It says there that I had lost 24, but made 29.5 and then made 28 on the other. So I don't know why my loss is so much smaller than my wins. Weird. Yeah, it's right here. No, it's still not showing, but you can see in the trade history, order and trade history here that I lost 24, made 29.5, and made 28. That is a session profit for us of $33.5. So we made $33.5, which is not a bad ROI. Yeah, guys, that's going to do it. This is just a cool trading system that you can use, basically just incorporating volume in order to scalp. And if you can get 2/3 of your trades correct on 1-to-1 risk reward, then you're going to be killing it. My last prediction, I'm not going to take this trade, maybe off stream, but my last prediction for Peanut, I would buy. This seems bullish. Yeah, this is a kind of pattern you see before the price goes up. So I think I probably just got a stop loss on here. And if I want to take a fourth trade, I'm absolutely buying right there. Happy trading to everybody. Thank you, Peanut the Squirrel, for the profits, and see you guys.